Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be going over how to complete your week 3, session 3, and session 4 assignments. We're going to work on types of layers on page 26, brush tool features on page 33, group merge and link layers on page 27, and lastly, creating and modifying visual elements styles on page 46. Okay, so let's begin. Now, by now, you know that you will click on your student handbook and it will open up here. And also, for whatever support files that you need, you just press the click here button and it will give you the support files. Now, for this particular these assignments, you're going to need the magazine cover, so we can go ahead and download that. And we would need the visual template. We're going to download that. Okay, I'm going to go back to our calendar just to make sure. We need the magazine cover template, video template, and a blank Photoshop new document. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up Photoshop. The first assignment, types of layers, on page 26, you're going to use a blank Photoshop document. So I'm going to go to page 26 in our workbook. I'm going to scroll down until I see page 26. All right, 26, and it's types of layers. And for this, upon completing this project, you will know the different layers and their properties. All right, so it tells you to open up a new project in Photoshop CC. So when I come to Photoshop, I'm going to go to File, New. I'm not going to title it, and we're just going to use a basic in their recent, your most recent. You can open up any blank one that you want. I'm going to use a 5x7 orientation resolution. Since it's on screen, I'll make this 72. Color mode RGB, white background, simple and plain, and there we have it. Then it says unlock the background layer and then click the new layer icon to create another layer. So I have my background layer here, and to unlock it, I would just simply click on the lock, and now the background layer is unlocked. But the question also tells you to create a new layer. There are two ways of creating a new layer. You can come down to the bottom of the layer panel and you can click create a new layer there. Or you can come to your main menu tab and press layer, new, and create a new layer that way. It says create a type layer by typing hello. Okay, so for the click the new layer icon to create another layer. It doesn't tell you a name, so I'm just going to go ahead and press OK. It tells you to click the layer icon, so I'm guessing it wants you to click this way. But I want you, for the certification test that you may be taking next year, to know both ways of how to create a new layer. Now for question number 3, it says create a type layer by typing hello. So a type layer, the way you create it is you click on the type tool. We're going to use horizontal type, and then you're just going to simply type hello. Now on my screen, you can't see it because my color is white. So you can go ahead and just adjust your color to black, or down here, you can reset your color to black and white. Okay. Now, it says create a shape layer with a shape of your choice. So to create a shape layer, what you're going to do is you're going to come down to your shape your shape tool, and you could click on any shape that you want. I'm going to choose the polygon, and then you just create the shape. And that's it. I'm going to move my shape over. And before I do that, I want to change the color of my shape. I want to change it to a pink or purple. Yes, there we go. All right, so next it says number 5, create a brightness and contrast adjustment layer. Create a brightness and contrast adjustment layer. So I'm going to come to my layers panel. I am going to click on brightness and contrast, and you can apply the brightness and contrast to that layer. And right now you will see that you have your text layer, you have your brightness and contrast layer, you have your shape layer, and you have your background layer. Next, number 6, it says click the type layer and right click to select the convert to smart object option. So I am going to go to my type layer and I'm going to right click and I'm going to click on convert to smart object, just like that. Then next it says hide and lock the shape layer. So I'm going to scroll down to the shape layer. I am going to click on the shape layer to activate it. Then I'm going to hide it because it told me to hide it first, then lock it, and then I'm going to lock the layer. And the way I know it's locked is that you see the little lock next to that layer. Next, it says save the completed project as a PDF file named 3.1 types of layers and finish. So I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it on my computer. I'm going to save it as that, but again, I'm going to put my name in it. And I'm going to save it, for me, I'm going to save it on my desktop so that I know where it is. I'm saving it as a Photoshop PSD. And once I save it, I'm going to come to my folder. I'm going to use period 5 as an example. So I'm going to go to my period 5 class examples folder, 4th 9 weeks. And this was session 3. This was a session 3 assignment. So I'm going to upload this to session 3. And the way that I know this was a session 3 assignment, because it starts with a 3. So there we have it. I am done with this assignment, and I'm going to go ahead and press File, Close, because I'm done with this assignment. All right, next I am going to move over to our session 4 assignment, which is actually, you know what, I'm going to save session 4 for later. I'm going to finish out session 3, so I'm going to do group merge and link layers on page 27, and I'm going to use the magazine cover template. So I know that I was going to use the magazine cover template, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up in Photoshop. I don't want to update. So that's my magazine cover template. And I'm going to go to page 27, which is the very next page. I know that this is 27, and I know that it matches the name on the assignment. So number 1 tells you to open the PSD file name magazine cover template, which we've done. Number 2 tells you to create a new layer that will fill in the 2 O's in the title. Name the layer white fill. So I am going to come down and I'm going to create a new layer. And I'm going to name it white fill, I believe that's what it said. White fill, okay. Move the white fill layer into the title group. So let's do that first. So I'm going to take this white fill layer and I'm going to drag it into the title group. And the way I know that it's going in the title group is that title group has that blue outline, meaning it's going to move it there. So if I was to open up the title group, I see the white fill there. Then it says merge the white fill layer and the out and about text layer. So I am going to merge this layer. I'm going to click on the white fill layer and I'm going to click on the out and about layer. And then I am going to right click and I'm going to click on merge. Oh, it's not letting you merge it that way. Okay, no problem. Let me just make sure I have the right thing. Yes. All right. So in my layers, you're going to come to the main menu tab and then you're going to simply click on merge layers. Okay. create a folder and name the folder assets. So down here in your layers panel, there is an icon for creating a folder, which is a group. So I'm going to click on that, and I am going to, there we go. I'm going to name it assets. Did it say assets? Yes. So let me rename that assets. And then it says move the captions group, the title group, and the cover photo group into the assets group. All right. Well, right now I see that my assets group is inside of the title group, so I need to move that. So let me move my assets group to the top. All right. Now I am moving my captions group into my assets group. I am moving my titles group into my assets group, and I am moving captions, title, and cover. And you have to do it in that order. So captions, title, and cover. And let me make sure I did this cover photo. All right. Captions. Wait, what did I just do? Where is, and you know what? If you want to see more of your layers, you can just move your layer up just like I did, so that I did it that way so that I can see more of what I'm doing. So I actually moved my captions out. Okay. So captions, cover, and title. And then it says expand the captions group and the title group. Link the text layer to the out and about layers. So to expand, it simply means to show it. So the captions group will be expanded by making this arrow go down. I don't want to expand my cover. And my titles group will be expanded with the arrow pointing down. So if the arrow is pointing down, it's expanded. If the arrow is pointing towards the folder, it's condensed, okay? But the last part of this says, so it said to expand the captions group and the title group. Link the text layer to the out and about title layer. So I am going to take this text layer, and I'm going to take the white fill layer, sorry. Select that. And then they want you to link them. So you're going to come to your layers main menu panel, and you're going to press link layers. Okay. And next, save the project, the completed project as a PSD file named 3.1 types of layer finished. So file, save as 3.1, make sure I put my name in it, and I'm going to save mine on my desktop because it's just easier for me. Make sure it's a Photoshop file. I'm going to press save, and then I'm going to go back to my session 3 folder, and I'm going to upload it. For this week, session 3 is only going to have 2 assignments, and then session 4 will only have 2 assignments. So there we go. We're done with session 3. And again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press file, and I'm going to close because I am done with this part. So next, let's move on to session 4. Session 4, brush tools feature, page 33. All right. Brush page feature, page 33. Page 33, brush tool features. So for this, upon completing this project, you will know more tools and features that are available. Number 1 says open the PSD file named magazine cover template. So I'm going to go ahead and just open up that same file. There we go. Number 2, use the mixer brush tool to add a purple shade. Use the mixer brush tool to add a purple shade to the sky above the mountains. So I am going to come to my brushes, and you are going to, they want you to use the mixer brush tool. Soft round. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to right click, and you have to make sure that you are on the mixer brush tool. Now the color that I am going to use, they said was a purple shade, okay? So I'm going to get more of a purple shade. There we go. And use the mixer brush tool to add a purple shade to the sky above the mountains. So this is the sky above the mountains. Oh, I have to make sure that I am clicked on the correct layer. So I'm going to come to my cover photo and I am going to look for, that's the mountains, the ocean. Let's see, illustrated cover. You want to make sure this is the sky blue. Okay. Let's see, is that the right? See if it's this one. Nope, it is not that one. The way you know it's not allowing you to do it is because you have this arrow. When you have different layers, you have to kind of figure out which layer, and it's in this. All right, so we have the sky. It's not the gradient. For some reason, it's doing it here. You can tell that it's doing it because you see the color here, but maybe because of the layers. Let's move our illustrated cover up, and then move this here. Let me get a bigger brush. For some reason, my sky is not changing, but if you see closely here, it's showing that I'm putting purple in the sky. So as long as you can see that you're doing it there, then you're doing it right. It's just for whatever reason, my computer is not registering. Okay. Use the pencil tool to draw a fish in the water area of the image. So I'm going to come to my pencil. Where's my pencil? It's not with the pen. Here it is. All right. So my pencil tool, and I'm going to draw a fish. Okay. So hold on one second. Let me get out of this cover here. Why is it not letting me? Oh, because it's not rasterized. Okay. That's fixed. If that's showing and it won't, if you get that little circle and the slash, just click on it and then rasterize the picture. Use the pencil tool to draw a fish in the water area of the image. All right, so the water area. So I am going to, I really can't draw, so don't judge me. But there's my pencil. Let me thicken my brush. You got to make sure your brush is thick, and let me make this black. And we're going to try this again. There we go. And there's my fish. What you think? Don't talk about my fish, please. And mama and baby fish. There you go. All right. Save the completed project as a PSD file named Photoshop 4.1 Photoshop Finish. So we're going to go ahead and file, save as. I'm going to name that. Put your name inside of it. And then I am going to save mine again on my desktop. It's just easier for me. I didn't mean to do that. Let me close out and try this again. File, save as, desktop. There we go. And put my name and save. And then so that I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and go to my session 4 folder. File upload. I know that this is session 4 because it starts with the 4, and I'm going to press OK. And there you have it. Now we're going to move on to the last assignment, which is creating and modifying visual elements, styles, page 46. Oh, and before I forget, I'm sorry. Number 5 says, after saving the project, erase the changes that were made. There are many ways that you can do this. You can go to your history, and in your history panel, you can delete any of this that you've created, and it will erase it. You can come to your edit, and you can clear what you've done. You can use the eraser tool, or you can just go to file and close and not save it. So there are many different ways of erasing what you've done. Okay. All right. So the last assignment is on page 46, and it's called styles. So let's go to page 46. Page 46, styles. All right. And it says open the PSD file name video template. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open that. It says create a new text layer and type ocean life. So let me copy that at the top left corner of the image. So I'm going to click on text layer, and at the top, I'm going to type ocean life. Let me move it over so you see it. Then it says use the Century Gothic bold font in white. Okay. So I am going to the Century Gothic bold. It's already there, that font. But they want you to do it in white. So I'm going to put it in white. And it says make the text large enough to fill the canvas and apply a center alignment. So I'm going to apply a center alignment from my options bar. I'm going to click on center. And then it wants it to fill the entire page. I'm guessing in the middle. Make the text large enough to fill the canvas and apply the center. So yeah. And you can hold down the shift to make things bigger. I'm holding down shift as I do this, and I'm just dragging the document, the text file. Use the styles panel. Use OSX system drop shadow to add stroke and drop shadow. Okay. So we are going to use the styles panel. Okay. Now, you're going to come to Windows. You're going to click on styles. And if you don't know, sorry, we have to set. You got to press enter. After you've reshaped your text, you got to press enter to set it. If you don't know where a certain style is, all you have to do is you just click on, you come into styles and you just scroll over. For instance, this is OSX system drop shadow. But here's the thing. It tells you from the styles panel, use OSX system drop shadow to add a stroke and a drop shadow. If you didn't know that it was here in basic, you can just scroll over it, or you just open up the other styles and you scroll over to see exactly what they want you to apply. And there's so many different things you can do to text. Okay. I'm just showing you some samples of what you can create. It's so cool. Let me open up the fabric just to give you a idea, right? All right, but they want you to use this one, the OSX system drop shadow. Okay. Then it says adjust the stroke and drop shadow to your preference. So if you want to adjust the stroke and drop shadow, you can just simply click here in the layers panel. You click on what it is you want to apply, and you can make whatever adjustments you want here. See, this is the me adjusting it. I can even add color if I want. I can make the color stand out more. It is totally up to you how you want to do it, okay? Next, it says add a gradient overlay to your text to your preference. So with my text selected, I'm going to come down here to my f of x, which is my styles. And I am going to click on gradient overlay. And then for the gradient overlay, you can choose different overlays you want to apply, whether it's pinks, purples, whatever it is you want. Whatever your heart desire, go for it. Okay. Then it says save the completed project as a PSD file named 4.6 Photoshop finished. Okay. So file, save as. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Save it in my desktop because that works for me. And then last but not least, I am going to upload it to my session 4 folder. So guys, that's it. I hope that answers all your questions. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me via email or remind. Have a good night. Bye.